All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Hopefully you can hear me okay. Let me check my Facebook feed. I'm streaming live over Facebook and Instagram and YouTube. So it sounds like you guys can hear me okay. And feel free to spend some time sharing your comments and content with me as I go through a few things. I'm gonna close the door right here. I'll be right back. Okay. All right. Thank y'all for joining me on the stream. I've had an incredible last 10 years. And one of the things I want to do is to try to give back. And in the process of attempting to give back, it includes using technology to try to share the things that I've been blessed to share blessed to learn over the last 10 years or so. And that's what I want to do on today's stream. And I entitled it Financial Mastery, a Layman's Guide to Winning the Money Game. Now, when I say that, it's a little humbling to even attempt to share information about sounding like a coach or a mentor or something like that. And I don't consider myself one. If you look right over here over my right shoulder, I've got a picture of myself, my wife, and a gentleman. And those of you that know me probably know that tall gentleman, handsome gentleman. His name is Dr. Ty Best. Chances are I'll refer to him multiple times in this stream because he changed my life. Flat out, changed my life forever. A lot of the things that I'm going to share in this stream will be coming straight from his mouth. I would say that 95% of everything I know, I learned it from him. And so I'm super humbled just to really kind of be a sort of a parrot. I'm just sharing information that he shared with me. And so I'm honored, really, truly honored to be able to share that information with you all. Because once you understand the rules and the principles as it relates to money, it becomes easier and easier to build massive wealth. It's not really that hard. It's a principle, but it's a process as well. It is a principle, and wealth follows strict principles, but it's a process. And Dr. Best taught me how to just be patient, follow the process, and follow the principles, and wealth is a byproduct. It's easier to be rich than it is to be broke. I'm going to say that again. It's easier to be rich than it is to be broke. You got to jump through a lot of hoops and do a lot of things to be broke. I know a lot of people with really good jobs and very, very successful careers, and still those people are not rich, what you would call rich. Rich is relative, but you understand what I'm saying. They're not financially free. They're still on in the rat race. They're still humping. They're still chasing that dollar. And it's because they have not applied the very, very simple principles necessary to be successful financially and financially free. These mentors like Dr. Ty Best, a few business owners that I've been in independent business owner with some business company owners, they've taught me some things that have allowed me to get out of the rat race. They've taught me some things that allow me to thrive even when things go wrong. And I hope I get to talk about this stuff. I don't want this to get too long, but I do want to impart to whoever's here to be imparted to. I want to share anything that I've learned over the last decade with anybody who's looking for a better way. So let's get into it. A layman's guide to winning the money game. A layman's guide to winning the money game. And it's so vital that we learn just a few things to be successful in the money game. All right. So first thing, before I get into these tools and tricks and tips and strategies and principles, let me tell you a little bit about me, okay? Because it's important to kind of set the stage for who you're listening to so that you don't think I'm some person that's from the university and all up on my own smoke. I want to tell you a little bit about me. First of all, this year, 2024, at the time of this recording, I'll be 60 years old. 60 years old. All right. I'm a grandfather. I'm a father. I'm a husband, son. I'm a regular person. So I'm not this guy that's going to be talking to you today from this treasure trove of experience and I'm all documented and have a master's degree in economics. None of those things. I'm not a financial advisor. I know very little about taxes. I know very little about financial coaching or any of those things. I don't know any of those things. I'm just a 60-year-old grandfather, father, husband, son, regular guy. Everything about me is regular. I was born poor, raised poor, went to poor schools and poor churches. Poverty was all around me. It's all I knew. Okay? But I was blessed. I was blessed to meet some very wealthy people who shared a few very simple secrets. And I'm going to try to share as many of them as I can with you today. If I don't get all the way through it, I won't be on here over an hour, I promise. I don't want to bore you, but I'm going to share as much as I can. So I'm trying not to be so verbose and try not to be so preachy on every part of the information that I want to share with you. But I will share it with all my heart and give you everything I got today. And if I don't get it all out, I'll come back and I'll do this exact same stream because I know that by the Spirit of God, every time I speak, a little bit more comes out. So let's get into it. And then the last thing I want you to know about me, most important, I love people and I want to see people win. We don't always win, but we learn. We either win or we learn. We win some or we learn some, but we don't lose because every adversity, there's an equal or greater seed of success inside that adversity. So let's get into this thing, folks. Let's talk about your financial mastery journey. Let me give a quick shout out to a gentleman who has been a major influence in my life over the last, I want to say, at least 6 or 7 years. I see him on the stream, and I'd be remiss if I didn't give a quick shout out to my buddy, my business partner, Kevin Twix Thompson. Mr. Thompson, thank you for everything that you do to keep me pushing. You literally had this conversation with me today and say, stay relevant, coach, stay relevant. And it's so funny how God works. I woke up this morning putting these slides together on some things I've been scribbling down notes for a long time. I went on ahead and put these slides together. And then Mr. Thompson called me and kind of chewed me out a little bit because he said, Coach, you've been too quiet. Man, yeah, I'm in between opportunities right now, kind of looking for something to do, trying to make sure that I do my due diligence because these businesses, they come and go. You can never be 100% sure of what you're doing. And then even when you are, regulators and laws change, administrations change, and sometimes you can get caught up in regulatory issues, and that company that you're with goes out of business. I've been in 3 companies in my lifetime that have gone out of business. And you just, it's just like a job. How many jobs have you lost? How many times have you been downsized or laid off? And what do? You cry a little bit if you loved your job, but then you pick yourself up, you dust yourself off, and you go find what's the next best opportunity for you. And so that's what I'm doing. So right now, this stream, I'm going to be sharing with you guys a lot of things I've learned in my experience in my career of being an entrepreneur and being full-time in this entrepreneurial space, 10 years full-time as of March 3rd of this year. 10 years. I've not had to punch a clock because I've found entrepreneurial opportunities that allow you and people like you and me to live a freedom lifestyle. So the first thing I want you to focus on, and I won't spend a lot of time on this other than just to say it and plant this seed. In your financial mastery journey, you must become bigger. You must become better. Investing in self-improvement pays lifetime dividends. If you look behind me, just a couple of books that I keep close to me to master the current marketplace that I'm in, which I'm a professional network marketer. I love this space. I may be talking about that a little bit as we go through, but I'm always reading books on network marketing and finances and Think and Grow Rich and Go Pro by Eric Ward. And so I got some books by my mentor, Dr. Ty Best, Enemies of Your Success. I'm always reading books about finance and network marketing. And the reason why I read those books in particular is because I want to sharpen my skill set to be good in the field I've chosen as my chosen field of marketing or my career path. I want to be really good and really sharp and crisp. I want to be able to motivate people. I was talking to Kevin earlier today, and I was talking about business opportunities, and especially in network marketing. You can't just join a network marketing business and think you're going to be successful. You can't do that. Now, you might be successful. Maybe I shouldn't be so absolutist in my comments there, but you shouldn't join and think just because you join a good compensation structure with a good product that you're going to be successful. You're not necessarily going to be successful. It requires another component. That guy over my shoulder again, Dr. Ty Best. He was a monster leader, and you need a good leader and a good leadership core to be successful in a network marketing business. You can't just join and hope everything's going to work out because you join. No, somebody's got to be driving. And Dr. Best was a driver. He drove that train, and he kept everybody focused, and he kept everybody motivated and excited. And even when things didn't go exactly the way we wanted them to go, Dr. Best was always there, giving us that encouragement and that motivation to tough it out and stick it out. When people come and talk about you and try to discourage you or insult you, you may see some people on the stream doing just that about me. It's okay, because people have their own reasons for feeling the way they feel, and I don't fight that. But just understand that difficult times will come. And when those times come, you need a person like Dr. Best. And not only did we have Dr. Best, we had a core of frontline leaders that were mimicking his personality and his lifestyle and his business acumen. And those people began to pour into us, and they would change how we felt about the business. They would keep us driving the business. And you got to need drivers. You're going to have drivers if you ever want to be really successful in this business model. And so always self-improving, it pays lifetime of dividends. The second thing I want you to talk about, Mr. Thompson already stole my slide, and it's get a mentor. You want to get a mentor, ladies and gentlemen. You want to get somebody that's better than you at your craft. You want to have people upline, sideline, even down, downline that are even better than you at your craft. You'll find that when you get in a business, especially a network marketing model, that there will be people downline from you that are better than you. I've got scores of people that have been in business with me for 5, 10, 15, and 20 years, and they are better than me at what we do. Sometimes I'm positioned earlier in an opportunity, but that does not make me better. That just makes me positioned. And the beauty of it also is you can out-earn your mentor. I've had months where I out-earned Dr. Best, but as he would always say, you're going to have your tongue hanging out. He would always teach me, I want you to be better than me. And a good mentor is not going to be jealous of you. They're not going to be envious of you. They're going to want you to outproduce and out-earn them. They want to work themselves out of a job. In other words, they want to work so hard with you until you become the mentor, and they just kind of become emeritus. And that's what Dr. Best was able to do with me. The next thing, you want to build networks, not businesses. You don't want to build a business. I know a lot of times people, they get into business and they say, I'm building my business. And yeah, okay, that's good. You want to build your business, but really what you want to build is networks. And I don't just mean when you're building a network marketing company. Even if you're building a flower shop, your network is your net worth. The people that you build relationship with, those are the people that become your loyal customers. Now, I'm super partial to network marketing. So if you hear that high amount of network marketing overtone, it's just in me and I can't help it. But you can apply these principles to anything that you do. I tell people, if you're going to school to be a doctor, don't just go work at the hospital, but own your private practice so you can benefit from the efforts of other people. You can give other people opportunity and benefit from their efforts. If you're a lawyer, don't just go work for a law firm, open a law firm, and it'll be Mike, Joe, Jeff, and James law firm so that you can benefit off from the efforts of other up-and-coming lawyers, and you can now have the efforts of other people while also simultaneously providing opportunity to the people you're generating income from their efforts. So no one can succeed alone. Build your network because your network is your net worth. Find business tools that can duplicate. Another reason why I love networking is typically you'll find a turnkey solution and you can share that information with other people and teach them how to be successful in your business model. But look for business tools that will duplicate. Find ways to share with other people how to do what you do. Very often, people come up to me and they say, "How'd you do that? How'd you do that?" And if you can't explain it readily, then there's a hole in your system. You need to be able to hand them the opportunity to do what you do. Now, if you have some specialized education, doctor, lawyer, architect, you can't just hand it to somebody. They've got to go through the years of education and the rigors and the discipline to obtain that same level and degree that you have to be able to do what you do. But if you're a regular person like me that's looking for a better way, be open to finding duplicatable business models and do those businesses and then teach others how to do it. Now, this one's big. This one's huge. And I don't want to get carried away on this, but very often people try to share a network marketing opportunity with me, and I'll turn them down. I'll turn them down because, oh, and I see what you're saying. Hold on a second. All right, let me see if I can do that. Thank you for that. Let me see if I can figure out how to how to advance this slide here. Let me see if this will work. But I'll keep talking. I'll keep talking. All right. So, oh, I think I know. Well, maybe. Hold on a second, Mr. McKay. Let me see if I can figure this out. Okay. Let me stop my screen share and then start it over again. So a lot of times, I've seen people, they're trying to show me business ideas or business opportunities, and I turn them down. And a lot of times they'll be like, "Why are you turning me down?" And it's not because of anything nefarious. It's just because I know too much. Like, I know too much to just take the opportunity that you're trying to show me. Let's see, to share. Okay, let's see. Share the screen. I'm trying to work on this, you guys. Give me a second here. Okay, but I'm trying to, I've learned a lot. And because I've learned a lot, it's difficult for me to just do any kind of business. I can't just do any kind of business. Right, there we go. All right, there we go, Mr. McKinney. I can't do any kind of business. Nothing wrong whatsoever. I see nothing wrong with certain products, nutritionals or cosmetics or things like that. Those products are fantastic, and I buy those products, nutraceuticals and healthy beverages and let's say detergents and soaps. Maybe you're doing long distance or utilities. I'm fine with all those products. I promise you I am. I'm fine with them. But for me to market those products, I can't do it. I can't do it because of what I want for my life and for what I want for other people. In order to truly get out of the rat race, you need several components working for you. One, you need to be able to create residual income. Now, any network marketing business will do that. You can create residual income with any network marketing business. But then also the product needs to be an asset. It can't be a consumable. Kevin, you all over my notes, brother. You all in my notes. The product for me cannot be a consumable product. I can't do healthy beverage because even though I believe in it, I may refer people to it. I may even be a customer, but I can't promote it as a business because it's a consumable. That product is going away. I've got to create residual income, but I've also got to accumulate assets. Now, to be fair with you, you can be in a business where it's any product. It can be cosmetics, and you earn residual income by building a team that's selling cosmetics. And you take your income and you go and acquire assets with your income. Okay, well, you're winning. You're winning the game because not only do you need residual income, you need assets. And ideally, you need assets that will produce residual income. So it's difficult for me to do a business that I'm selling flowers and getting flowers and the flowers aren't residual. They're just something that I like. It needs to be, it needs to be an asset. So the reason why I'm off the field right now and people like, well, he hiding. I'm not hiding. I'm right here where I've always been, but I haven't found that business that lets me acquire assets. When you see me again, you're going to see me again because the business acquires assets, and that's our product. I'm handing people a product that is an income generating or asset accumulating and appreciating asset. If I can't have that, I can't do it as a business. Again, let me say again, because people have a tendency to not hear what I'm trying to say, and that may be because I'm still working on my communication skills. But I won't and I can't do a business that I'm selling some product that you just like, a consumable. So you won't see me do network marketing with cosmetics. You won't see me do network marketing with the nutritional. Now you like, Mike, dog, you being real absolute about this, bro. If you really need it, you need to do what you got to do. I'm not at that place anymore where I'm just gonna do what I got to do because I got to make a dollar. Because like Kevin just said, don't do the business to make money. That's in my slide. So I'm gonna get to that in a minute. I need a business that has an asset-based product. Thank you, Wade. Assets are key. I need an asset-based product. Now, again, that's me. It may not be your deal, but for me, the deal has got to be an asset accumulating product that when I hand it to a partner, a business partner, or a customer, either way, the people who acquire the product, that product is going up in value. That's got to be the product that I promote. Without that, I can't in good conscience do it. All right. And before I go on, let me slow down a little bit. Start at any level and discipline yourself. Look, I hear people say all the time, yeah, well, Mike, that's easy for you to say. You've been successful in business before. It's easy for you. No, it's not. Because 10 years ago, I was a mortgage banker. I was working in a mortgage company, a big company, big bank, and I was making good money. And at the end of the year, I was broke with a capital BR. I was broke, just like a person without a job. It was almost like I was working and putting my money in a bag with holes in it. I didn't have anything. I was broke. It's because in my mind, I needed a lot of money to produce a lot of money. Let me explain what I mean. I'm going to take my calculator. I'm going to show you how I thought, how I used to think. All right. If all you had was $1,000 and you could get 12% interest per year, and I do 12%, that means after a year, my $1,000 only made me $120. And so I would feel like, well, what's the use? I put $1,000 into an interest-bearing account, and for 12 months, it only made me $120. What am I going to do at $120? See, I had no financial education. I had nobody pouring into me until I met Dr. Best and my other mentors that I've adopted. Nobody was pouring into me that $120, that was a principle. Man, this stream got real good just now, and I hope you didn't miss it. That $120 was a principle, ladies and gentlemen. It wasn't the amount. It was the principle. And here's another principle. And I read the Bible a lot. So if you're not a believer, a person of faith, I apologize. I don't want to trample on your spiritual sensitivities. But the Bible says, if you can't be faithful over that which is little, you cannot be ruler over that which is much. Be faithful over that which is least, and I will make you ruler over that which is much. And so the $120 is the principle. It's the principle behind it that builds the wealth, not the amount. Please let me say that again. It's the principle behind the $120 that builds wealth, not the amount. I tell my children, I have 5 kids, I say, how you treat $1 is how you would treat $1 million. If you see $120 passive residual as little, you'll see 120,000 as little and you'll blow it. You cannot allow yourself, ladies and gentlemen, to think small of the principle, because the principle, it works. It's just as easy to make $120 as it is to make $1,200, as it is to make $12,000, $120,000, $1.2 million. It's just adding zeros. It's just continuing to duplicate the process over and over and over and over again. I heard Oprah Winfrey one time. She said she became a billionaire $1 at a time. If you don't value that dollar, you may never reach financial freedom. You know, sometimes you guys, you have $100 and you have $100 disposable income, and instead of saving a good percentage of the $100, you'll take all your friends to lunch, and you'll pay the tab. You know, you take everybody to get a pizza, and you'll pay for the pizza, and you'll spend $100 treating your friends, and then you get $1,000 in your hand, and you'll book a trip to Vegas. And you get $5,000 in your hand, and you'll book a cruise and take 2 or 3 of your good girlfriends with you, and y'all have a girls trip, and you'll foot the bill because you love them and you want to have a good time. And I get it. Lifestyle is vital. It's vital, and you deserve to live a good lifestyle. But ladies and gentlemen, if that's how you look at money, you're going to struggle financially probably for the rest of your life. So start at any level and discipline yourself to acquire assets, ideally those that produce residuals, and continue to flip that process over and over again, and you will find yourself to wealth. Now, here's another one. Very vital. Discipline your spending habits. Discipline your spending habits. Man, I talked to one of our friends today about this. I love designer stuff. It looks really good. As a matter of fact, it seems like they use better leather. You know, the design is clean, it's crisp, it's sharp, it looks good on you, it wears different. You know, I buy my suits from a place called Suit Supply. Very expensive suits, and that's probably where I'll always get my suits. But, you know, to put LV on my chest and Gucci on my waist and Prada on my feet, or Red Bottoms on my feet and Rolex on my arm, and, you know, come on. You're sitting here advertising for all these families' last names, and then while you drive your Mercedes Benz and your Range Rovers and Lamborghinis, and I get it. I love nice things. I love luxury cars and dream homes. Those things are great, and you will have them, but not while you're building your wealth, not while you're starting your journey. You know, you have your first $10,000 a month, and you straight to the tailor and having a custom-made suit. That's not how we do it, ladies and gentlemen. Wealth building is easy, but not when you're not following the principles. So you got to discipline your spending habits. All right, so let's do a little quick recap right here before I move on. Become bigger, better. Invest in yourself. Do that. Get a mentor. Get somebody that's going to punch you in the face and tell you that's not cool what you did. Do that. Don't find a mentor that's going to amen and okay what you're doing. No, get somebody that's going to hold your feet to the fire. And that mentor can be somebody older than you, but it can be somebody younger than you. Somebody that's, you know, documented themselves in the industry where you're trying to have success, and they've been successful and made a lot of money. You might want to listen to those people and listen to do, not listen to hear it and say, okay, I'll take it into consideration. A mentor is somebody you listen to and do what they say, not just somebody that gives you suggestions, somebody that's going to hold you accountable and push you to do the right thing. All right? Build networks, not businesses. Build people. No one succeeds alone. Your network is your net worth. Look to build networks, not just in network marketing, in your telephone, your contact list. Have a network of people that y'all are like-minded and you communicate with, and share information and ideas. Find business tools that duplicate. Acquire assets, ideally those that produce residuals. Start at any level and discipline yourself. And then discipline your spending habits. Now, I'm going to go back for a second to assets that produce residuals. In my quest of financial mastery and financial freedom, I stumbled across a team that trades. They're certified traders, regulated trading team, and they found out a way to get really nice returns for the money that you deposit. And I'm not going to give any quotes or percentages, but it's substantial return. It's hundreds of times better than putting your money in the bank, giving you 0.5% per year. They've double-digit returns per year. And when I share this information with people about double-digit returns annually, they always look at me like I'm crazy and say that's not possible. And I just go on and keep getting my double-digit returns per year. So my job is not to convince you, it's to share information with the people who want to hear it. So if you're a person that's been looking for double-digit returns, I can introduce you to some people that do that. Reach out to me, inbox me on one of these social media platforms, and I'll pass their number along. There's no commissions, no referral rewards to me whatsoever for the referral. I just see that it works, and I'll be willing to share the information with you, and you can do your own due diligence, and they'll share the information with you. All right. So discipline your spending habits. Become a person that is kind of satisfied with the things you have, and don't spend every dollar you make. Learn how to spend as little as possible while you're launching your financial journey. Save ferociously. Save money, because saving money is the first tool on your path to financial freedom. There are 4 basic phases, really 5 basic phases of money. There's making money. You got to find a way to make some money, to earn money. So earning money, and y'all might want to write these down for me in the chat rooms. Earn money. Save money. You got to save. Like, you can't just earn and not save. Man, I had years where I made $200,000, $300,000 in the mortgage business. And at the end of the year, I had $5,000. Like, what in the world is wrong with me? You can't just earn money. You got to earn it, and you got to save it. You got to save ferociously. You got to beat down your impulses to buy things you like while you're starting your financial mastery journey. You can't spend a lot of money when you're starting a journey to freedom, because I'm telling you, if you earn money and save money, you are well on your way to becoming financially free. And we're going to show you how to do it in just a minute. I'm not a financial advisor, not offering financial advice. I'm sharing my experience. So earn money, save money. All right. Protect money. What? Life insurances, insurance on your valuables. Protect your money. All right. Investing in a good safe. All right. Not holding cash in your pocket and dropping it off, or losing your debit and credit cards. Protect your money. Earn money, save money, protect money, grow money. Number 4, grow money. You got to find vehicles that will grow your money. So grow money is the 4th. And then the 5th one, transfer wealth to your heirs. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, transfer wealth. Look, I'm 60 years old. I'm working so hard not to have money, but to transfer money. I'm packing up, getting ready to go. As much as I love my life, I'm not going to be here forever, and neither are you. We all have that in common. That should make us love one another, because none of us can escape this life alive. So earn money, save money, protect money, grow money, and transfer wealth. Those are the 5 basic phases of money. So you got to save money, earn it, and save it. All right. Now, make money work for you. That's that grow money part. Make the money work for you. Robert Kiyosaki said, the wealthy don't work for money. The wealthy have money work for them. If you forget everything I said, I hope you don't, because becoming bigger and getting a mentor and all this stuff is vital. But if you just take a cheat sheet and really want to get on when you open and you want to put a toy together for your grandson, and you don't want to read the instructions, you just get the quick start guide, and you look at the picture and you try to fix it from the picture. Here's the picture to fix it by. The wealthy don't work for money. They have money working for them. There's this huge argument going on about the wealthy should pay their fair share of taxes. I'm going to make some news right here. It wouldn't matter if you made the wealthy be taxed at 100%. They're still going to be billionaire class. They're still going to be in the billionaire class. Why? It's because they don't work for money. Money works for them. So no matter how much you tax them, they're always going to be in position to be in a non-taxable income producing opportunity. They're going to always find the opportunity that has the least amount of tax. They're going to always do things like borrow against their real estate holdings and then become private lenders. And when those funds are paid back, there's no tax on paybacks of loans. They're going to figure it out. You can do anything you want to do, but the wealthy make the laws. There's an app right now called Autopilot where you can follow the trades of the legislators. Hey, I don't have any negative to say about them. All I know is they're making the laws and benefiting financially from the laws they make. And you can be mad at the game or you can play the game along with them. And you can look at it and know that it's insidious, or you can say, okay, this is the deck that I'm being dealt. Let me learn how to play this game. Make money work for you instead of you work for money. Now, don't take this too literally, because when you first start out and you don't have any money, you can't make money work for you because you don't have any money. All right. You got to get some money before you can make money work for you. But, oh my goodness, as you earn and save, that savings, you're going to take it and you're not going to buy something real nice because you're going to reward yourself for saving. You're going to take that money and you're going to put that money to work for you while you're steady earning. That money is now earning with you. And now not only are you working for you, your money is working for you. Now both of y'all are bringing money in. That money that's coming in from your labor and that money that's coming in from your investment portfolio. Now you take that money and guess what you do? You save it again. So you can accumulate a lot of money to put all that money to work again. Now you got a lot more money working for you while you're earning. There will come a time when your passive residual is more than your expenses. And I want to say 3-4 times as much before you quit your earnings. Your passive residual will outpace your earnings. So now you can just stop earning with your personal effort, and your residual is bringing in enough where now you can start saving money. I'm getting so excited. Let me calm down. You can save money from your residual. Okay, you're earning $100,000 a year and you save $20,000. You took that $20,000 and you put it in a double-digit yield per year product, and now it's making you money. And your earnings are here, your residual here. And you keep saving, you're dumping it in, your residuals are here. Your income grows at about 2 or 3% a year, but your money is growing. Now your money passed you. There's a definite desire to leave your job. Maybe don't leave it right here. And then it doubles your income and maybe triples. Then you got options. Then you could consider having your time free, because time freedom is a #1 component in going on now to becoming wealthy. But once you get 3 times your old income, then maybe you can let that income go. And now this $300,000 a year that's coming in, you can now save $100,000 a year, or maybe 150, and live on the 150, save 150, put it to work again. Now you got $450,000 a year that's coming in. And now you take that, save $300,000, still live on the 150. That next year, $600,000. It's all passive residual. I know my numbers are a little goofy, but are you getting the illusion here? Just let the money free you. Make money work for you instead of you working for money. Wealthy people have these tools. They have them. Hey, a guy walked up to me one time and he said, "What do you do?" Yes, he was watching what I'm driving or how I'm living. He said, "What do you do?" And I told him, I look for ways to grow my money. I manage portfolio management. And he says, "That sounds like it's over my head." And he went on to cut my grass. See, your mindset, your mind will tell you you can't do stuff. Become a lifelong learner. Yes, you can do it. There are ways where when you finally find something that's going to generate money for you, discipline your spending habits and save ferociously so you can take a lion's share of that money and put in a product that's going to now start growing for you so that when you're too old, or when that opportunity falls apart, or when whatever happens where you're not earning at the same clip, your residual is still working. Make money work for you instead of you work for money. Even my network marketing friends, let me talk to y'all. Guys, y'all know you've been in the best business ever 5 times. Okay? This is the best business of a lifetime. This is the greatest deal ever. You've been in the greatest deal ever 7 times. And it's a business cycle. Things happen. Products change. I was in a business a long time ago with dial one long distance. Then here comes the cell phone. It knocked the long distance completely out of the game. I was in a company one time with pagers. And then the cell phone came and who has a pager? There was a company that did phone booths. You could lease a phone booth. That company's gone. Then you had companies that did healthy beverages, and another one came and sold it at GNC. That company's market share depleted. Companies come and they go. I was with the precious metals company. Then crypto came in and wiped out the precious metals market. Didn't wipe it out. The gold still had value. I still had my gold, but the opportunity was gone. And in crypto, it's down because NFTs came and different ways to make money, staking and masternodes and stuff. So it kind of put a lid on crypto. Now precious metals are coming back, but they're coming back digital. It's cycles and cycles, and you just got to be a perpetual learner and roll with those cycles. But ladies and gentlemen, every time you get to the top of the mountain and you build your wealth, you take that wealth and you stack it and you grow it. Don't you go ball out. I'm talking to absolute. Consider not balling out with your money. Put that money to work rather than spending that money. When you spend it, it's gone. You still got the thing. Yeah, you still got the Apple Watch. But this Apple Watch can't pay no bills. That money that I spent for this Apple Watch can. This $1,000 watch, okay, it's got a lot of utility. I love it. I wear it almost every day. I wear this over any luxury watch I might have because it tells me my heart rate. It tells me the time, the date, the weather. It'll talk to me. I can call people on it. It's great. I love my Apple Watch. And I just gave Apple a plug. So now they're not going to pay me for that referral, which is what network marketing is, getting paid for referrals. If I could find a business selling Apple Watches, I wouldn't do it because it's not making me any money. It's not an asset. It's just a utility. It's just a commodity. Okay. So anyway, man, I'm getting all excited, boy, because I love this information that Dr. Best and these other great gentlemen have taught me, and I just can't wait to share it. And you can see I didn't charge for this, right? I'm not charging for this. Dr. Best didn't charge me for one phone call. He called me every day for 10 years. He did not charge me once. And I freely receive, freely I will give it. Whatever I learned, I told you, I posted several weeks ago, mentoring sessions. It's not the mentoring coming from me, it's coming through me, from the people I've learned from. And as long as I got breath in my body, I will try to give as much free value as possible. I don't need to write a book. I could take this outline and all the stuff I'm talking right now. I could give this to a ghostwriter. She could take the recording, write a whole book, bind it, and sell it on Amazon. I might write a book, but the book I really want to write, I want to write an autobiography of how Granddad did it. And I want to print up 1,000 copies to give to my children and my grandkids for perpetual generations. I want to give them the plan in a manuscript. That's the book I want to write. I don't care about writing a book to earn money. No slight on book writers. I'm not saying that. But I was given this information. I'm trying to give it to whoever's willing to listen. All right. Now, make money work for you instead of you work for money, and start at any level. You can't say, I don't have any money to save. Yes, you do. Save 50 cents. It's the principle behind it. If a man or woman can't save, the seed of greatness is not in them. Save whatever you got. If you got $1, save 20 cents. You can always do it. It's a discipline. It's a discipline. All right. Now, let's go to chapter 2. Chapter 2, all right? Don't be afraid to make mistakes. They are inevitable. You must be willing to make mistakes because mistakes teach you. You don't really learn from successes. I guess you can. That's not absolute. You can learn from being successful because you say, oh, I did that right. But mistakes are better teachers because there's more pain involved in mistakes. And so mistakes really say, don't go that way again. All right. You know, some of the best athletes didn't really become as great as they needed to be until they got their butts whooped several times. Michael Jordan had to get beat down before he got Scotty and then folks on the team. They need to realize what areas they were weak in as a team, and he put that team together and then they started killing them. All right. You got to lose sometimes to really understand how to win. All right. So don't be afraid to make mistakes. Take some risks. Oh man, I might preach on this. I'm going to try not to. Take some risk and don't cry when you lose. I've got some people, man, that I know that have lost in opportunities, and the opportunities have been gone for 5 and 10 years, and they still complaining about it. They still pointing fingers about it. Still, I mean, golly, you're gonna lose. It's necessary. You will lose some. So relax. Relax. You will lose. Losing is a part of winning. Losing is a part of winning. Until you lose, you don't know, oh, I got to get stronger. I heard Kobe Bryant one time, God rest his soul. He said, I realized that at the end of the season, my free throws were falling short. I was front rimming it. And he said, my legs are weak. And it was because of his failure that he was able to shore up those weak points. And then he started nailing the free throws. You got to lose sometimes to find out where you need to strengthen yourself. So come on, guys. Don't be afraid to lose. It's necessary. You're going to lose some. And then win big when you win. Look, when you see that something you're doing is working, stop tiptoeing. Go all in. Go get it. Kill it. Not with fear. Don't run with fear. When you run with fear, you're walking. Running with fear is walking. You got to run with confidence. And even if you give it all you got and you lose giving it all you got, at least you learn how to give it all you got. And my experience has been when I gave something all I had, even when I lost way ahead of where I started. I lost in relation to where I wanted to go, but I still was in the plus. I was in the positive. And I learned a lot. So go all in. Do something different than you've always done. If you keep doing what you've always done, you're going to keep having what you've always had. Look, you get an opportunity. The opportunity is not working up to your degree of satisfaction. So you say, this ain't working. And you go on back to work that you know is not working. You go on punch the clock next week, knowing that you already don't have enough. The reason why you got any opportunity in the first place is because you wanted something to fix what you've messed up over the last 20 years. It was already not working. And now you get an opportunity and it doesn't work like you thought it would work. And 6 months later, you're giving up and going back to the thing you know for a fact doesn't work. That doesn't make any sense. No, one of my mentors in network marketing said, you got to give a business 12 to 24 months of absolute all-out action with your head down, regardless of the outcome. He said, you don't know if the business works or not until you give it all you got. Don't burn bridges unless you can clearly see that they pose a future risk. Ladies and gentlemen, try to make peace. Don't burn bridges. You know, don't go to war with people. There are some people that literally hate my guts. And you know what? I'm sorry. I don't have the energy to hate them back. I love them. And if they call me today and say, hey, man, you know, things went right between us. Let's just bury that hatchet. And you my boy. I would be like, you mine too. I ain't got time to be upset with people. I don't hate anyone. Don't have time for it. I don't have time for it. Right? I don't have the bandwidth. I'm sure they mean well. So I just choose to think the best of people. I just can't do it. All right, that's me. You do you. Well, that's me. But don't burn bridges because life is funny. It's really, really funny. If I saw the person that hates me the most on the side of the road dying, I would call an ambulance for him. I'd ride with him to the hospital. And if we had the same blood type, I would give blood. I would give blood. Now, I may not give a kidney because one of my children might need it in their life, but I would give blood. I promise you I would. I wouldn't think twice about helping somebody that even clearly is an enemy of a professed enemy of mine and say they hate my guts. If I saw them in need, I would do whatever was in my power to help them within reason. All right? Strive to make peace. I already said that. Forget the past. Give the past as little energy as possible. Guys, I got to spend a little bit of time right here, maybe a couple minutes, and I'll try to be as brief as possible. Listen to me, even if you don't totally believe what I'm saying right now. Just hear me. Just take the seed and consider it. Thought and words are seeds. Thoughts and words are seeds. What you spend your time thinking about and talking about, you will bring about, even if it's things you don't want. What you talk about and think about, you bring about. What stays on your mind becomes real in time. You gotta get past stuff out of your head, even past successes, because they're past. They were for then. That success was for that time. You got to continue to go forward, pressing forward, looking forward to the things that are before you. You can't drive forward looking back. You can't drive forward looking in your review. You got some peripheral, but you're going to crash. You really need to look in the windshield is bigger than the rearview mirror. And you need to govern your life in proportion. Look through the big old beautiful glass at the beautiful, gorgeous trees and flowers and world that's out here instead of looking in the review where you came from. You did that. Let's go. So something went wrong in the past. Great. Let's move on. Because here's the thing. You sitting there talking about what didn't happen right. All you're doing is giving that more energy and making that bigger, and you living there. You live there in that place. And so you're creating more of what you're frustrated about. Give it as little energy as possible. I got this thing that I share with my wife. I call it proportionate concern. Proportionate concern, relative energy. Something happens today. I couldn't find some documents. That I needed. And I was a little ruffled, but I woke up purposed in my mind that nothing would rattle me today. And so when my wife came in, she saw me a little quiet. She said, "What's wrong?" I said, "Hey, sweetheart, nothing's wrong. Everything's good. How was your day today? You good? What you got going on? You need me to do something?" I quickly shifted from that quiet place to not let my love feel what I was dealing with. But all I was trying to do was find some documents. She said, "No, I'm good. Let me help you." And I said, "Okay." I had a great attitude about it. Then I said, "I'm trying to find this." And we couldn't find it. And we got on the phone and we called somebody that could reprint the document and give us the authorized copy. So we printed it out, and here it is in my hand, ready to do what I got to do. And we enjoyed the trip over and laughed and talked and listened to music and danced while we're driving. Give it proportionate concern, but don't give it more than it needs. Now, I could have let that wreck my day. God dog it, I'm so busy. I need y'all to help me around this house. I ain't got no way to do all my filing so I can find stuff. Y'all know how busy I am. Don't come in here with that. I'm busy slamming doors. I've done that in my life. Stupid. Just stupid. Giving stuff energy. No, man, I give that stuff as little energy as possible. And my wife also taught me this thing called the law of the first seed. In other words, when you're faced with an adversity, what's the first thing you think and say about that adversity? And so I've been practicing, guys. I've been really practicing. So I'm a believer. Lord Jesus is my Christ, you know. And so when I'm confronted with something negative happens, let's say you get a bad report from the doctor, and you get a bad report, and you look at it and it says you got gallstones. What's the first thought and word you say about that report? Well, you say, "Well, God is my God, and I'm healed. I'm the healed of God, and everything will be okay." All right, what do I need to do? And your second thought is, I need to drink more water. I need to, do some raw vegetables or whatever. But your first thought and your first word towards any adversity is the law of the first seed, and it will dictate how you handle that issue going forward. So now I pay close attention to how I think about that first seed. All right. So I ain't trying to preach. That's just something. So give the past as little energy as possible. If you can forget it and move on. All right. And then set goals and measure your attainment towards them. Are you getting there? In other words, you start a business and you say, "I'm going to make 300 calls." And you say, "I'll make 5 calls a day." And by day 3, you see your check marks. You've made 8 calls. Did you hit your goal? No, you didn't. You need to kick yourself in the butt, call your mentor and say, I should have had 15 calls by now. I've only got 8. Can you make sure and hold me accountable that I'll make 7 calls a day for the next 3 days to catch up? And your mentor, yeah, let's do it. And they may make calls with you. And that's a kind of a goofy, well, a little primitive example, but you get what I'm saying. Set the goals and set activity goals. You can set money goals too, but activities lead to money. So set activity goals and hit those goals. And if anything, exceed and excel past those goals, and you will get to the money. All right. So always ask yourself, am I getting there? Am I doing what goals I set for myself? All right. Chapter 3, last chapter. The poor and middle class think linearly while the wealthy think leverage. Now, this one is a little bit insulting to people that take the traditional route. And I'm not trying to insult you, but I am trying to tell my truth. When I was a mortgage banker, here's what I did. I woke up in the morning, I put on a suit. I went to Wells Fargo, I sat in my cubicle. I called people, they came in, they filled out mortgage applications. I turned them over to the processor. We worked out the steps, gave it to the underwriter, closed the loan. I made money. I made money. It was all me, linear. Do this, earn this. Do this, get this. Do this, get this. Do this, get this. That's linear. Do something, get compensated for what you do. That's linear. The wealthy don't think linear at all. They don't want anything to do with linear. The wealthy would rather have 1% of 1,000 people's efforts than 100% of their own effort. They would rather give up 99% of the income and get $1 off the 100 if they've got the efforts of 100 people. Because 100 people working 1 hour is 100 hours of productivity. You working 1 hour is 1 hour of productivity. 100 people working 1 hour is 100 hours of productivity. You working 1 hour is 1 hour. This is why I love network marketing. Network marketing is one of the most prolific and viable business models on the planet. Thank you, Amway, for fighting the battle in Congress to make network marketing a viable and legal business model. It is an amazing business model. And ladies and gentlemen, if you find your way to the network marketing space, then hey, it is a great business to be in, but learn the rules of engagement. All right. You want to think leverage. You want to think building a network and building a team and benefiting from the efforts of other people in a way that benefits them as well. All right. Don't obsess over results. I already talked about that. Just do the work. Results always follow consistent activity. Don't build networks, build networkers. Now, I kind of said this in chapter 1. I said, don't build business, build a network. But here I'm saying, don't build networks, build networkers. I'm expanding it to another level. I should have said just build. I might edit that. Don't just build networks, build networkers. In other words, teach people what this business is about. A lot of people get in this business to make money. Don't do networking to make money. Do networking to help people. If you help enough people get what they want, you'll get everything you want. Don't be a hater, be a collaborator. I got this from Kevin Thompson today, so I added it to my notes. There are people that I loosely call them haters. I don't mean as an insult. It just is what it is. They can't have success in a given opportunity. So instead of just learning from what they didn't do right, they hate on the people that were successful. They berate and belittle and criticize and hate on the people that did well. No, be a collaborator. What did you do? The 4 words that will make you abundantly wealthy is ask the successful people instead of getting mad and saying they in on it and they got an unnecessary, unfair advantage and they must be friends with the owner. Man, I got in a company in 2013. There were 300,000 people in the company. Soon as I got in it, 103 days, I was full-time. I quit my job at Wells Fargo. I was doing the business full-time. Do you know that people had the nerve to call it a pyramid? This is ignorance, Zen-like ignorance. This is ignorance that you have to commit to to know that there were 300,000 people above me and I ran right past almost all of them. You can't do that if it's a pyramid. What's on the bottom stays on the bottom. A legitimate network marketing business, you can out earn everyone above you if you outwork them. You eat what you kill. And I out earned all of them. Why? Because I outworked them. And then as soon as you get up to the top, trust and believe. Be ready for it. They're going to start shooting at you and talking smack. And I was just trying to feed my family. I'm not trying to insult you and aggravate and irritate you because I did well in the business. And then when the business went out of business, I lost some of my assets too. But you can't prove that to people. Oh, you knew? I was number 300,001. Go talk to the people above me. And some of those people go right back in business with the people that were above me. I was in the business, they blaming me, and the people above me, they got right back in business with them. That is, interesting. That's interesting right there. You do the math on that. The people that brought me in, they mad at me, but do business with the people that brought me in. That's crazy. I almost lost my composure on that one. But don't be a people pleaser either. You'll please more people if you're not a people pleaser. People pleaser meaning you're always just trying to say what you think people need to hear. No, you say what people need to know. Not what they want to hear, what they need to know, not what they want to hear. Tell people the truth, no matter how they like it or don't like it. Be an honest broker, and you'll please more people, not trying to be a people pleaser. Help enough people get what they want, you'll always get what you want. Don't join to make money. Join because you love the business. And then I'm going to end with this for today. Don't be ashamed of having money. Being rich doesn't necessarily mean being stingy. The rich have learned to master money. So when you give to the needs of every whim requested by those close to you, it'll sometimes bring you and them to financial ruin because the amount is irrelevant. All right, it's the principle. Wealth follows strict principle. So ladies and gentlemen, I'll talk more about this on some future little sessions like this. But for right now, I just wanted to jump on here. I miss talking to you all. I went over an hour, so that made me kind of lie right there. I'm an hour and 5 minutes in, but the first 5 minutes was just music to build the audience. So y'all take whatever that I said today that is valuable to you, take that information, put your own, energy, your own spirit to it, because you can be rich. You can. And then you can take your riches and you can become wealthy. But you got to follow the rules. There are a bunch more rules and principles that I could give you in a day. I'm not the master of this stuff. I've just paid attention over the last 10 years, and it works. So this is Mike Dalcoe, the CEO, continuously empowering others. Y'all have a great day, and we'll see you all in the next stream.